Welcome to Adventures with Capt Ray Kelly. This is primarily a drone show. We'll be sharing adventures from all over the world. We hope to have interesting guests every week, and we're glad that you tuned in tonight. We'll be flying different drones in different locations. We encourage viewer participation in the chat. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Every week we'll have another interesting guest. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be sharing various adventures by our guests as well as myself. And thank you for joining us tonight. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly live. And I tell you, it's good to see everybody, and I'm always amazed that you guys take the time out to watch my live stream. Really, um, if you saw the Facebook post, you know that I got an awesome guest scheduled. Sgt Steve Jones from the Baytown, Texas Police Department. He's in charge of their drone unit there, and he's a great guy. I met him at Spin Up 2 years ago, and he really is a great guy. And I know you guys are going to find him very, very interesting. Unfortunately, Bob Casey he couldn't be on. Some family come over, and he does not want to take the time away from his family, his grandkids. So, but anyway, I I tell you, I had a busy weekend. Um, Myself and Al Sercione from the South Florida Drone Flyers, we took a ride over to St. Petersburg, Florida, and we went to the Sunshine State Drone Expo. They had their third annual over there, and it was a great event, really. I tell you, I was there last year, and I got to fly some drones, and the same thing happened this time. I ended up having the opportunity to fly an M30T drone, and it was a great experience. But the whole expo itself is great. They have loads of vendors there. It's totally different than a meetup, or especially our South Florida drone meetup. It's more of an educational thing, and like I said, they have loads of vendors there that have different products on display. I mean, drones. I've never seen some of these drones. And then they got some flying clubs there that do some FPV flying demonstrations and racing, and they had remote control aircraft flying around and helicopters, and it was really a great day. And I had a great time with Al. And I see Al in the chat now. But while I'm talking about the chat, let me welcome everybody in. And Barkley, 107 Drones, he was number one, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Barkley. And for those who don't know it, he is also number 107 on the South Florida Drone Meetup list. So he wanted to be number seven, and I gave it to him, and we're almost there right now. We have 95 people signed up that say they're coming to the third annual South Florida Drone Meetup. And most of you know by now, it's going to be in Jensen Beach, Florida. We have it at the Jensen Beach Causeway Park on April 6, 2024. And it's free to attend. And if you are going to come, let me know. I'll add you to the list over here because somebody is going to win a nice raffle prize based on their number on the South Florida Drone Meetup list. But listen, let me get back to the names. Um, Connecticut Pirate, John, he was number two, and Angel, Drone Guy 42, he was right behind him. How you doing, Angel? Then Dusty East Coast Thrills, and I met Dusty at the Sunshine State Drone Expo. Got to hang out with him. He came over to our Al and I's table that we had set up. We had a table set up for the South Florida Drone Meetup and the South Florida Drone Flyers, and it was good to see Dusty. along with Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson stopped by too. But anyway, and then Brett Lambo's in the house. How you doing, Brett? Good to see you. Stephen Drones, how you doing? And Warren Akirasho's in the house. How you doing? Um, Good to see you. And Warren's coming. We got everybody's going to get a chance to meet Warren at the South Florida Drone Meetup. So, and I know I put his number in earlier. He's number 74 on the South Florida Drone Meetup list. And who else did I see here? John Olson's in the house. How you doing, John? Good to see you. And Paul Reed, Eagle One. How you doing? Good to see you. And while I'm saying hello to Paul, I got to tell you that he's one of our sponsors. He's a platinum sponsor. He was gracious enough to donate a nice raffle prize, and I'm going to bring it out of the box right now and show it to you. It's an Eagle View aerial tablet. Take a look at this. Really, take a look at this. This is a 2600 nit tablet. Eagle View V71 Pro tablet. And I got to say thank you to Paul. Really, this is going to be a great, great raffle prize. But anyway, let me just say hello to a few more people because Steve's in the back room. Hopefully, he's enjoying the shrimp and lobster. Um, and let's see, who else is here? I don't want to go too fast. John Flynn, Flying Flynn Media. Always good to see you. And I know I saw Brian, Waypoint, New England. He's in the house tonight. And Sergeant Rock, how you doing? And Jaybird Drone. How you doing, Joe? Um, Paul Brown's in the house. How you doing, Paul? You had a great show last night. Really, really, and thank you again for including my photo and the best of the rest. And I'm drinking my coffee in my United States Drone Society mug. So thank you for that, also, Paul. And Paul is also sponsoring the South Florida Drone Meetup again this year. He's going to donate those. Well, I don't know if they're going to be the exact same kind of pens, but I don't have it. Let me see. I have it. Oh, I have about 100 pens right here. I should have had it ready to show. But anyway, he donated a nice pens last year, and I tell you, um, he says he's doubling it this year. So he's donating 100 pens, and I got to say thank you to Paul. And I got a sticker right here. He's got the United States Drone Society stickers. But anyway, I know it might get a little boring reading these names, but I feel it's very important that I acknowledge the people that watched the stream. So thank you to everybody watching. Joe Blaylock's in the house tonight. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. And let's see, who else? Trucker Steve's watching tonight, wherever he is. Last I heard, I think he was in Wyoming. But anyway, Captain Joe is watching down in Louisiana. How you doing, Captain Joe? USA Drone Flyer. Captain Joe America. And Charles Goluski's watching tonight. Let's see. Jerry Bauer. I don't know if you're down in Florida yet, Jerry. I know you were coming, I think, this week. But he's a snowbird, like me. He goes down from Canada to St. Augustine, if I remember right. I hope you don't mind me telling everybody where he winters. Reptilians in the house. How you doing? Good to see you. And Maddie's Drone World's watching tonight. How you doing, Maddie? Man, you've been flying a lot. You had a mini meetup this weekend too with TJ and Rod. And it was good to see that. We got John Carroll watching tonight. JC Flying. How you doing, John? Good to see you. And I can't wait to see John again at the South Florida Drone Meetup. So I don't have his number handy. Otherwise, I'd mention what number he is. But anyway, guys, I get back to the name shortly. I'll try to keep an eye out on the guys who come in or girls who come in. But I don't want to leave Steve in the back room too long, so please give Steve Jones, Sergeant Steve Jones of the Baytown, Texas, a warm welcome because he's coming to all the way from Texas. And his channel's name is Primal Drones. And if you're not subscribed to it, make sure you subscribe to it right now. Hey, Steve.
Hey Ray, how you doing? Hello, everybody.
Good to see you. Welcome to Adventures with Capt Ray Kelly live.
Thank you, Ray. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I tell you, I had the pleasure of meeting you 2 years ago at Spin Up, and you told me that we found out we were both police officers. You were active, I was retired, and we sort of hit it off, and that was good.
I'm trying to
And
get retired.
yeah, I know. But then when you told me you were in charge of the drone unit, I was really, really impressed. So tell everybody in the chat actually how you became involved with drones, and then tell us how you got involved with the drone unit on the police department.
Well, I think, as everybody, I got involved with drones with social media. I was on Facebook one day, saw one of my buddies from high school did a little post with a drone. He was taking videos on vacation. So I called him. I said, "Hey, where'd you get that? I want one." I mean, it just immediately grabbed my attention. So it was uh, it was the same one. I can't remember the name of it. That Deneen Pagan had. It was her first drone as well, and it was at Walmart. So my
Okay.
wife went down to Walmart and snatched it up for me, and
Nice,
the
nice.
rest is history.
Oh, the rest is history. Yeah, I know. Then you become involved, and you took over. Well, you started the drone unit, right? You were one of the first
Actually,
members, right?
actually, I didn't start it. We had two other
Oh,
guys that started it, but
okay.
they were too busy with other stuff that they were doing in the department, and I kind of slid in there and started flying them. And next thing you know, we started buying more and building our team, and now we've got 12 drone pilots, and we have
Wow.
a Mavic 3T and a 30T, and we did have 12 Mini 2s, but with remote ID, we're sending them to auction, and we just ordered last week 12 Mini 4 Pros to fly
Oh,
rockets.
okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so we're gonna put one in each pilot's car.
Right, right.
So yeah,
So there's drones on each shift, right? Each shift you
yeah,
have drones available.
yes, sir. And then the 30T and the 3T we keep at the station. You know, they have the small ones in their car, but in case we need to have a big event or something like that, we'll go run to the station and grab those.
That's good. You got a pretty large drone unit, that's for sure. You know.
Well, we enjoy it.
Yeah, no, that's great. Now maybe you could tell the viewers in the chat what you use the drones for. You know, surveillance or
Well,
whatever.
we also have two brink lemurs, and those are assigned to the SWAT team.
Right. Okay.
And then I've got two guys taking their Part 107 right now. One of them is in our street crimes unit, and he'll be able to use it for the street crimes team. And then another one is in my unit, and he does community service type stuff. He'll fly at big events, July 4th, any kind of concert events we have at our town square area, and he'll fly it for that, and then we'll put it on social media. So,
Very
but
cool. You
as
you
far as the
had
little ones, we use them. We'll if we do a traffic stop and they don't want to get out of the car, instead of sending officers up there to avoid like a possible shootout or anything like that, we'll search the car. We'll fly around the car, use the zoom in, and now with this Mini 4 Pro, it's gonna be a lot better. But you can zoom in on the through the window. And we've done testing and stuff, set guns in the car, and we were able to zoom in and see the guns, and it's going to save lives.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No, that's great. That's great. But you mentioned the word Brinks lemur drones. A lot of people in the chat don't know what they are, but maybe you could just talk about them. I know they're very, very hardy drones, right?
Well, it's an FPV drone. I can't fly it
Yeah,
myself. I need Maddie's help for that. But
yeah,
they
yeah.
it doesn't work off GPS. So you can put the goggles on, and we also have a huge remote for them, and you can fly it in there in buildings. We can search buildings with it. SWAT team can send it in where they need it, and it's really neat.
Right, right. I saw a demo on that. I forget what YouTube channel was on it, but that's an impressive drone, really. It
Yeah,
is.
it really is.
We had a question for you about the Mini Twos and the no RID, but Joe Blaylock answered it. So very good, Joe.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well, but Also, the Mini 4, since we're buying the one with the extended batteries, it goes over
Over
250.
250.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. Yeah,
And
that's
so,
true.
but I just got an email yesterday that the Air 3 and the Mini 4, the FAA is finally giving its blessing for the
I
remote
saw it.
ID.
I read an article
Yeah.
about that earlier. Yeah. But anyway, Gary Brand Ariel's in the house. How you doing, Gary? Good to see you. He's
Hey,
number 6
Gary.
on the South Florida drone meetup list. He wanted to be number 6, so that moved me down to number 7. But anyway, good to see you, Gary. And I know we had a comment from Steve. I highlighted it, but he's a truck driver, as we all know. But he's bringing the wreaths across America right now. So that is so cool,
Yeah, that's
Steve.
very cool.
Very, very cool. Yeah. And Gary keeps track of the days. He says that I lost track. 124 days till the South Florida drone meetup. And Steve, you're coming, right? You're
Yes,
coming this
sir.
year. We're all
Yeah.
gonna get to
Had to
meet
miss it
you
last year.
again.
I'm not gonna miss it. I'm not gonna miss it this year.
I know. I'm so glad you're coming. And you're bringing your lovely wife, right?
You
Or is
know, I
that up in
don't.
the air?
I. It's sad. She doesn't fly.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
She's never been in a plane. She doesn't fly, and I don't want to drive 27 hours. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
might be on my own on this trip.
All right. All right. I thought we were going to have the pleasure to meet her. But anyway, Ronnie, as much as I hate to say it, I would like you to put the link in the chat. Ronnie, God bless America. Um, well, I'm thinking of it right now because I tried to find the link and I can't find it. And put the link of your beautiful Betsy Ross wooden American flags in the chat so people can watch your video. I don't know if you know this, Steve, but Ronnie, God bless America, is donating a custom made wooden Betsy Ross American flag as a raffle prize for the South Florida drone meetup. So,
Nice, nice.
yeah.
Those things are so nice.
And I know, Ronnie, thank you for putting it in there. But if I click on it, I'll probably lose the whole stream. But I will definitely save it this time so I don't have to find it. And I will show it next week on the stream. Hey, we got a celebrity in the chat. Steve, Johnny Dronefly is in the chat.
Johnny, what's up, Johnny?
How you doing?
Hope
Hope
you're
you're
feeling
feeling
better.
better.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Glad
Good
the
to,
COVID test was negative.
good to see you, Johnny. Okay. So anyway, Steve, so do you have any success stories with the drone while you were working that you could share?
The last one, it's been maybe 8 months ago. That's for me. I hadn't really. We have some quite often on our graveyard shift, and I hadn't really kept up with the nighttime shift since I went to days. But last one I had was about 8 months ago, and we had a car thief that he was in a stolen car. We pulled him over. Of course, he took off running into a neighborhood, and I ended up finding him in a backyard, somebody's backyard, and I was able to walk the SWAT guys or the canine guy over to the backyard. And as soon as he heard the dog, he gave up.
You just have such a, I think, a better view, especially at night, right? At
Yes,
night,
sir.
I mean, the heat from the suspect's body lights up, right? That's what
Oh yeah,
happens.
without the thermal, there's no way we could catch him.
Right.
But yeah, at night. But it's amazing. That 3T and the 30T, they're both amazing.
Yeah. No, that's a good success story. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Yes, sir.
Really, Um, but you had said you're coming to the South Florida drone meetup, and you sort of wanted to surprise me. You told me
Well,
something in the back
it's
room, and we're going to
it's
tell
not gonna
everybody about it
it's
now.
not gonna be much a surprise. It's not that big of a deal. But I've got this original Mavic Mini, and it's been sitting in my. It's actually been sitting on the shelf back there in a little light up globe for well over 3 years. And
That's
I don't
great.
fly it anymore. It doesn't have much flight time on it, but I have that in the case here with the Fly More combo kit, and I'm gonna donate it There's a raffle
Thank,
prize.
thank you, thank you.
Yes,
I'm going to
sir. Yes,
list it.
sir.
We appreciate it. We really do.
Well, I know that you like to welcome kids and you like kids to fly drones.
Right.
And
That's
if a kid can get their hands on this original Mavic Mini and start getting into the hobby, then that'll be great.
exactly,
So
exactly. The Mini is really a great drone. I highly recommend it to everybody. Everybody who asks me about what drone I should buy, I'll say the Mini. Well, it's an SE now. You can't get the original Mini, but you can get the Mini SE for 339, and we could have got it for 299 during the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. But anyway, we appreciate it, Steve. So thank you very much.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Really. Oh, Johnny, we're glad you're feeling much better. So, and Maddie says thank you also. So,
Hey, I don't mind stopping and hanging with y'all, Johnny. That'll be fun. Johnny said I could go
yeah,
fly.
there
I
you
could go
go. I
ride with
know.
him.
Look at that. Look at that. I know. There you
Him and
go.
Jack Rabbit Scotty. I'm
You,
down.
you guys are going to have a convoy going again. That's what he did last year and the year before. He had a convoy.
Hey, and you know Johnny's gonna have good Cajun food too, no matter
Oh,
what.
yeah. Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm trying. It's funny, Steve, because I try to keep an eye on the chat, and keep the conversation with us going. But if I miss anything, guys, I don't do it on purpose. Just remember that. But
I see Lambo says his buddy sits in the globe. His buddy's Mini too sits in the
yeah,
globe as well.
yep,
I still fly my Mini too.
well, that's what I mean, my Phantom, Phantom 4, that's what I started with, years ago. But once I moved up to the Mavic series, I hardly ever flew the Phantom, and it was just collecting dust. So finally, I sold it. But believe it or not, Steve, as soon as I sold it, I regretted it.
Yeah. Well, I actually sold my Mini 3 to buy the Mini 4. I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
I was gonna collect and start with the Mini 2, Mini 3, Mini 4, and then I've got the Air 3, and uh, I was gonna do that, but
All right.
if
Yeah,
I
so
don't
that's
fly it anymore, that's why I'm gonna donate this one, and then, but I'm gonna keep my Mini 2.
yeah, I got you definitely. But it's funny when that Mini 4 Pro was released. The next day, I went down to Best Buy to see if they had them in stock, and sure enough, they had two of them. And I had it in my hand, Steve. I had it in my hand, and then I was saying to myself, "Oh, I'm gonna have to listen to my wife. I better not do it. I better not buy it." So I put it back, and I said, maybe when I go to Florida, I'll sell my Mini 3 Pro, and then I'll get it. But anyway, we'll see.
The Mini 3 Pro is still a great drone, but I love
But
that 4.
and you like it that much better?
Well, as far as the tracking and stuff like that, it's so like I sent you a pictures of the fishing trip I went on. I put it
Yeah.
up too, and I was tracking the boat and some other boats that came by us, and it stays on target. It's pretty awesome.
Talking about fishing, man, you had a great day. I
Yeah, we
mean,
got lucky.
yeah, I mean, Maddie's into fishing, and whoever else is into fishing. Steve sent me pictures, and I don't know if I have it handy on my phone, but he had, what was that? A 60-quart cooler full of
No,
catfish.
yeah, we caught 100. The limit's 25 each, and there were 4 of us,
Oh,
and
there you go. There
we
you go.
limited out, so it was good.
Yeah, I know. Made me very jealous, and I caught one, I think, that day. So, but anyway.
We
Oh
don't get
yeah,
as lucky
John.
when we go out in the Gulf and do the saltwater fishing. Out in the Gulf, it's sometimes it's tough to limit out.
Okay, yeah. But anyway, John, yeah, the Avada may go on the Santa list. I'm really thinking about it, and I'm going to go see him next week up at Bass Pro, and I may just ask him for it, John. Steve, do you fly FPV at all, or do you have an Avada?
No, I, a buddy of mine had the original. What's the FPV, the DJI FPV, and he gave me the goggles, and we tried it. Man, it made me dizzy.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm thinking about trying again, but I just remember getting a little dizzy with the goggles on, and I'm not sure I can handle that.
Yeah. No, I find it so confining wearing those goggles. I don't feel comfortable wearing them. I really don't. Um, but
Well,
anyway, yeah.
I didn't think I'd get dizzy because I've got back here. I've got one of those VR headsets, and I play the VR games and stuff, and it's a blast, and I love it. So I figured I'll be awesome with this drone. It made me dizzy.
Yeah. Michael Wright let me try it last year. He had come down before the meetup, and I got together with him and Ron and Marcus. He let me try it with the motion controller. And then Rob Kamada let me try his one time, but I do not feel comfortable wearing those goggles. So I got to practice or try it a few more times. Definitely.
Hey, Eagle One had a question about
Okay. Did I miss it?
yeah, he said, do the courts give us any problems with drone apprehensions? And the answer to that simply is no. Uh, Anytime we've used them, and I mean, we already have probable cause when we're going after them anyway. And just putting a drone up and keeping an eye on them, it's just like if we were to call Houston in with their helicopters. It's called HPD Fox, Houston Police Fox. If we call them in with their helicopters, it's the same concept, and they hadn't given us any issues at all.
Exactly. Yeah. In the old days, you had to go up in a helicopter, really. Well, you still
Yeah,
can go up in a
exactly.
helicopter, but the drones really are an added benefit. They are. Bob Casey, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm going to be showing you a video very shortly, Bob. Matter of fact, while you're in the chat, let me show it, Steve. Let me take a little time out to show Bob Casey's video. I had
Oh,
planned
I'm
on
excited to
showing
see
it,
it.
and I gotta thank Bob Casey because Bob Casey's also sponsoring the South Florida Drone Meetup again with his donation of his custom made American flags, or his wooden flags, and they are beautiful. So thank you, Bob, for that. All right, so let me get his video queued up, and we'll show a little bit of it. I thought it was awesome, um, Bob. Your year in review. So here we go, guys.
Hey there, buddy, are you doing all right? I'm doing great as a matter of fact.
This is great, and this is the meet.
DeMarco,
This is the meet and greet that we have on Friday night at the meetup.
The best days
Look at
are
these characters.
gone, and now I'm on the road.
there's old Matty.
The weather is cleared and the sky is blue.
And
Anything
it's
I want,
amazing
baby, I
because
can
you
do.
meet so many great drone pilots. The superstars of the drone community come. There's Gary, Brand Ariel. He came all the way down from Canada and he's coming back. He must have liked it.
Nice.
There's Stevie Bronx and Sean, and there's David Lorenzo. There's Sean. There's Dennis and Tony. And there's Alex giving his editing presentation. This is a great video, Bob, really. And we broke the record, 18 drones in the air at the same time. We want to break it again this year. And Bob also gets his grandson and his son involved with drones, and I think that is so cool. But if you want to watch the rest of that video, go to Bob's channel right now. And if
That was good. I like the music too.
yes, and if you're not subscribed to Bob, do it now. So, but anyway, yeah, um, I thought the video was great, and I love that soundtrack really.
Yeah, we
So,
did.
Steve, tell us about your YouTube channel
Man,
because
it's
you got a
non-existent.
name, and I think it's a cool name,
It's
Primal
it,
Drones.
it's got a name, but I am just I don't know how you guys do it. I've got tons of footage, tons of videos I could put up, but editing and all that, it's just I don't have the time right now with the full-time job.
Yeah.
But I don't have much time. I'm looking at that clock for retirement, and when I get there, I'm gonna be on the Ray Kelly train. And Johnny
Well,
Drone Flyer, Johnny's been putting up bunches of stuff here lately. I enjoy watching Johnny's stuff too.
I know. I know. I'm
He's getting
telling
good with
you,
that Avata.
he's having fun flying that.
Yeah.
I mean, he flies it just about every day. Every afternoon, he flies it. Yeah. Um, but anyway, I'm trying to keep an eye out. If anybody has any other questions for Steve? Feel free to ask. I probably miss it again, like I always do. Um, but anyway, I am so glad that you're coming to the South Florida Drone Meetup, Steve. Really, you're gonna love it, and I'm not just saying it because I run it, and I don't just run it by myself. I got a drone committee that helps me, and we try to put on a great event for everybody. But it
Well, it
all
looks
comes
like you
down
guys
to
do a great job.
being successful because you guys, the guys in the chat, a lot of them come, and every year it's been growing. Not that we want to keep getting it bigger and bigger, but there's no doubt we're going to break last year's record of 125 plus. I would think so. Because
Well, I went ahead and
when I
I
was at
reserved
that
my room.
sunshine, what was that, Steve?
I said I reserved my room when you first put it out. I
Oh
called
yeah,
that
that was
I
good.
called that lady. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big thing, and I got to say thank you to the Hampton Inn and Suites North Stewart because they keep giving us a great rate 3 years in a row now. 139 for a room, 149 for a suite. And you could try to get a room. You may be lucky and get one if you're coming. Book it now or try to book it or book a hotel in the area now because they do get sold out that time of the year. So, but anyway, all right, we got a question, I think. Oh, did I miss it already? Did it pass? I know I can't get it again. Let me see if I can get it over here. Primal Drones, okay, from John, Connecticut Pirate. How was the introduction of drones to the police department? Was there any pushback?
Actually, no. Um, Obviously, you have to go up the chain of command and you have to find budget money. But the captain that was over it at the time, he thought it was a good idea and he went ahead and approved it. He's since retired, but the other admin, since he's left, has stepped in and they really enjoy it. And we got a new chief 2 years ago, and he came from Alabama, and he bought his department in Alabama a drone before he left. He brought one of the Brink Lemurs, and
Okay.
and since he bought him a Brink Lemur, he didn't get to see it used. He left and came to work here, came and took the cheap job here. So we went ahead and he said, I'm going to buy one because I didn't get to see it. So he bought a Brink Lemur as soon as it came.
That's
So,
good.
yeah, we don't get any pushback on that.
That's good. That's good. We got another question from Paul Reed. Sergeant Steve, I heard you mention Part 107. Do you guys all have Part 107?
Yes, sir. Uh, we're not going to let anybody fly unless they get their Part 107.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's it was fun. It was great at the South Florida Drone, South. I'm sorry, the Sunshine State Drone Expo, because what they were doing there, just as a side note, is you could fly the drones. The Florida Drone Supply was there, and you were allowed to fly any of their drones that they had on display, and it ranged from mini drones to the M300 drones, and there were Inspire threes there, but you had to have your trust certificate if you wanted to fly them.
yeah.
You could you could go in the classroom and take the test, and they'd walk you right through it and print it out, and you would have it, which was cool.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we
So
do. We make everybody get the trust, the Part 107, and just if you fly it with everybody, you have to take that little, or you did a while back. I'm not sure anymore about the little night, the flying at nighttime course. I think it's part of the
okay,
107 now, but I'm not 100% sure.
yep.
It's been a while since I took the test.
Yeah, right. But anyway, like I said, I'm trying to look for another question. So anyway, Matty he didn't book a room yet. He needs a roommate. He needs somebody to give. Oh, that's funny, Matty. And you're in the drone committee too.
If he's spitting, I don't want him in my room. I think he meant to say split. You're not spitting in my room, Matty.
Ah, well, he's got like an hour and a half, sometimes an hour and 45-minute drive, depending on the traffic from where he is down in Fort Lauderdale to get up there. You know, and I made that mistake the first year. I drove back and forth every night, and that was too much. So I stay right at the hotel, and I'm an hour or so away. Hey, we got another celebrity in the chat. Chris Hope is in the chat. How you doing,
Hey,
Chris?
Chris.
A fellow Texan, Steve.
Yes, sir. I got to support my Chris Hope. Of course, I'm
I
an
know.
Astros fan, and I think he's a Rangers fan. But
Oh, really? But you still get along?
yeah, well, I mean, I have to support the Rangers now because my daughter's boyfriend got drafted by the Rangers, and
Oh,
he's
really?
he's yeah, he's playing in one of their farm leagues. So
Oh, that's pretty cool.
yeah, he's doing good. He's doing real
That
good.
is great, actually. Yeah, he must be some ball player.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Great
Well, that's
kid too.
good. That's good. Is he? Good
Both
guy?
both
Yeah.
both his parents are teachers, and they his dad's a coach, and they raised him right. His brother's
Well,
a
I don't.
police officer in the
Oh, is
area.
that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a lot of people don't know this, and Matty probably won't blow his own horn, but Matty was recruited by, I forget which team. Matty, put it in the chat. You were recruited to play pro
Nice.
ball. Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking. Don't want to miss any questions, guys. But listen, Steve, I have a little format that I go by. I got it on my little cheat sheet here, and I do a little tip of the week. Nothing really sophisticated, but this week's tip is if you're gonna fly in Lance approval area, make sure you get it before you fly, within 5 miles of an airport. And it's so easy to do, really. Don't you agree, Steve? To get
Oh, yes,
Lance
sir.
approval?
Yes, sir. Just download the
Yeah,
app. It takes less than 2 minutes.
exactly. I know. And I always use before you fly.
Yeah,
But
that's what I
right
use.
here, I got it clear for takeoff by here by the condo. But anyway, and then I'll use, what is it? Air control, right? Air control. I wanted to show you
What
the
was that?
name.
It used to be a loft or something.
Yes, yes, yeah. Can you see it? Air control on there? No, not
Yeah.
really. Too small, right? Too small. Air control. So, but anyway, it's so easy to do. And I was flying up in St. Augustine with Steve Barnett. He's a retired police officer, Steve, from the Suffolk County Police, where I worked. And that was the first time he received Lance approval when we flew up there, because there was one area was needed it. So he was happy to get it, you know, and he found out how easy it is to get. So anyway, that's this week's tip of the week. And do you have any other tips for the viewers, Steve?
I always, I know we talk about it and it's in the test for the Part 107, but make sure you keep your drone in visual line of sight and make sure you have a visual observer. Uh,
Right.
it's so important. We think we're good, but we all get lackadaisical when we're flying.
That's a,
Everybody does. You'll look up and your drone will be gone. And you're like, damn it, where's it? Where's that? Obviously, we have a return to home button with the new Air 3 and Mini 4. It puts your home point on the screen for you, so it makes it easier, but keep it in visual line of sight. It's
that's
too dangerous not to.
that's a good tip. Yeah. Anyway, we got a question from Ronnie. Do they use drones to monitor problem intersections for you, Steve?
No,
Okay. All right.
we have not done that. I mean, it would it'd kind of be hard with you'd be changing batteries every little bit. Actually, now with the 30T, we did get a new toy about a few months ago, we got a tether for our Mavic 30T.
Oh, is that right?
And yeah, I actually flew a protest a few years ago. We had an officer involved shooting. There was a huge protest in the area, and I put the Mavic 2 up, and I kept having to land it every 20 minutes, 25 minutes, change the battery out, put it back up. I think I had 8 batteries, and when I went
Okay.
through them, it was done. So now have a tether, and it will go 300 feet in the air, and
300 feet.
it's unlimited power, and I can leave it up there
Wow.
on a protest for 8 hours if I need to.
That's
So
great.
yeah,
It really
I'll s-
is.
I'll s- I'll send you a video of it. It's really cool.
All right, very good. We got another question from Paul. Paul Reed, Eagle One. Sergeant Steve, what is the wildest thing you use the drone for to apprehend?
Man,
Hey, lady.
I don't think I've ever done anything wild with it. I
I gotta say
did.
hello to Lady Flyer UK. How you doing? Thank you for watching. But go
Hey,
ahead, Steve.
lady. Uh, I was looking for another group of car thieves at one time, and uh, we had HPD come in with their helicopters, and they saw me. They acknowledged me on the radio. I dropped down, and when I dropped down, we were able to see the guys, and I started walking them. We were both communicating with the canine, and it was pretty neat. But
Right.
that's probably, I wouldn't call it wild, but it was pretty neat to be able to fly at the same time the helicopter was there. Of course, I stayed low, and
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
it was really cool.
We got a question from Bob Casey for you. How many bad guys have you caught using the drone? A drone.
I've only caught a couple. My guys are the guys to praise out there. Those guys, they do it all. They're out there on the streets, stuff in
Boy,
hand and going.
we get a lot of questions for you, Steve. Connecticut Pirate has another one. John, does Steve use or recommend any study software for the Part 107 for the new pilot?
Uh, Remote Pilot 101,
Like
and then
pilot. Oh, see, we recommend Pilot
Pilot
Institute, but that's okay.
Pilot Institute. Pilot Institute's outstanding. That's actually who I recommended to the last person that asked me that, because Greg's just amazing.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
And they sponsor the South Florida Drone Meetup.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I
Yeah.
sent somebody to Greg last time that asked me. Actually, citizens have been calling the police department asking about it, and I've gotten a couple calls in the last couple months, which I thought was amazing. That people are calling and wanting to do it right, and they're
Oh,
asking
cool.
how to do it right, so they're not breaking the law. So that was good.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, it really
Hey,
is.
Michael Wright, Texas Arch Drone Guy. How you doing? But anyway, Pilot Institute is sponsoring the South Florida Drone Meetup. They donated lanyards, and then I got to say thank you to Greg for doing that. He gives us 125 of them, so we can give them to the first 125 that come. And then Brad makes up to the ID cards for our meetup, and he's going to do it again this year, along with the coasters. And I just happen to have one or two over here. And we love getting Brad's coasters too. So thank you to
He does a
Brad.
good job with all that stuff.
Oh, he does, Brad. Yeah, I know. I know. But anyway, and it's fun, you know. You know, Steve, you're going to be amazed at all the raffle prizes. Really, we have to set aside 2 hours for it. We do,
That's nice.
and it's great. And I got to say thank you to all the sponsors that get involved. So anyway, and we got another celebrity, Tom, Lens Capture Online. He's in the chat now. How you doing? He's watching all the way in Las Vegas. I mean, well, Henderson, but close to Las Vegas. How you doing, Tom? All right, I think we got another question. Okay, let's see what this one says. As a public service, have you guys ever thought about teaching an introductory class for civilians?
No, we haven't, but I would definitely be down for it. Uh, I've recently taken over. I'm still over the drone team, but I've recently taken over our crime prevention and community service division,
Okay.
and that's what we're all about is improving relations with the public, letting people who think we're robots know that we're people too. And we're getting a great reaction from the public. They're loving to talk to us. We're doing coffee with a cop,
Yeah.
It's really good stuff. People are coming in, and we're blending in with the public, and it's a good thing.
Well, that is a
But yeah,
good thing.
I'd love to teach a entry class if people want. We may offer something like that. Thanks for that question.
Good, good. And we got Rod Johnson in that chat now. How you doing, Rod? I had the pleasure of meeting him at the Sunshine State Drone Expo. It was good to hang out with him. And Catskill Brad, how you doing? And let's see. Okay.
Joe
Um,
Blaylock's in the house, and Joe says that B-Rad is awesome.
oh yeah, yeah, he is. No doubt about it.
Yes,
You got
sir.
that right, Joe. Yeah, and so is Barkley. Barkley's a pretty good guy too. So anyway, all right,
Hey,
let's
thank you,
see.
Eagle One.
Yep, there you go.
Thanks for the nice
Okay.
comment.
All right, so listen, I do have to do the drawing for last month's monthly giveaway, November, which was an Adventures with Capt Ray Kelly hat. So I'm gonna reach right in. I won't look. I'll just, pick out one of these lucky cards and let's see who it is. See who's gonna win the hat. Oh, look who it is. Keep everybody in suspense. All right, it's Jack, Lake Pilot. So anyway, congratulations, Jack. I don't think he's in the chat tonight, but I'll get this off to you. I know I have his address. He's won some other stuff in the past, but that's it. And hopefully he'll wear it in good health. So, all right, let me see if I missed anything while I was doing that. Okay.
Somebody said rigged.
So,
It's
Steve, right
rigged.
now, personally, what's your? I know, rigged. Yeah, Aki Rasha was probably the first one to say it. But anyway, John. Now, John, Connecticut Pirates saying it. Gary, Brad, Ariel. But anyway, Steve, what's your favorite drone personally to fly? What do you like flying?
My Air 3.
Hey, Steve, you got a
I
fan
love
in
this
this
drone.
chat. The Air 3, yeah, yeah. I wish I could say I had that drone, but I don't. So you really
I
like that
love it.
Air 3?
And I'm like
Now, why do
my,
you like it? Why? Tell us
that's
why.
funny. That's my mom. I love you too, Mom. She's watching.
Hey, how you doing, Mrs. Jones? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Your son,
She
he
is
is
an
awesome.
amazing woman. My mom's an amazing woman.
Yeah.
But I like the Air. I like the Mini 4 Pro as well. Those two go with me everywhere I go. And the the 3 times zoom camera on the Air 3 is just outstanding. I didn't realize how it was until I actually got to get out there and go hands on with it, and watching one of
Right.
Ken Dono's videos. Ken Dono's like, leave it on the 3 times camera and just hit record. And if you
Okay.
do that, you'll get some good stuff. You'll get some real good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody who has it loves it. I haven't heard any bad things at all about it, really.
Yeah,
And
it's nice. I love
Maddie, Mama Jones is in the house.
it.
Chris Hope, hello, Mom.
Now I
So
can't
anyway,
cuss.
yeah, and yeah, but anyway, my favorite drone. I'll show it again. Everybody knows it's the Mavic 3 for me. And Steve, when I got this drone.
Yes, sir. I was
I
sitting right
know,
behind
I
you,
know.
jealous.
You almost won it.
It went to the right person. It went. Yeah, you're such a great guy, Ray. Everybody loves you, and I think it went to the right person. God laid it in your
Oh,
hands.
well, thank you, because I've been enjoying it now, really, all this time. And it's funny because, I wanted to sit next to Michael Wright because he's a very lucky guy, and I rubbed on him, and I wanted it to rub off on me, and it did. So, but anyway, we got another question. How are they funding your UAS purchases? From Tom's Land Capture Online.
We actually started building in a budget, and we've been able to expand on the budget for the last 3 years, and it's getting up there. That's how we were able to do it. Uh, the M30T, uh, we added a little funds with our budget to get that. The chief signed off on it, and because he knows how good they are, he knows what an outstanding tool it is for law enforcement. We have some nursing homes in our city, quite a few nursing homes in our city. Every once in a while, one of the patients or the residents at a nursing home will walk away, and if they have dementia and get lost, obviously they'll call us. And if we're able to find them, especially in the wintertime when it's really cold or in the dead heat, I don't know how it is there, but in Texas, down here where
Yep.
we're at, it gets 100 over 100 all of July. And if we
Right.
can get one of those people and find them with the drone, it's going to save their life. And
Exactly.
that's what it's all about. And I think the chief knows that, and I think most police departments are going to it if the government doesn't screw DJI and take them away from us, because they're really trying hard right now.
Right, right. Mark White, so how far does the ban on buying DJI drones for law enforcement and other government affect you? Well, okay, it doesn't affect you. You're still allowed to buy DJI drones. Yep, in
Yes,
Texas.
it passed our bills a while back, a few months ago. So hopefully we're going to keep our fingers crossed it doesn't get on the government's banned list where we can't buy them anymore,
Right, right.
because
Yeah,
there's not another company right now that can keep up with DJI, and if they take them away, our drone unit's gone.
exactly, exactly. I know. Um, I know I have another video that I wanted to play. Hmm. And I forget exactly which one it is. It's not on my sheet here. But let me take a minute out to try to show this video. Um, and I'll only show a couple of seconds of it, and then you have to go watch it. But I going, like I said, to St. Augustine, and I had the pleasure of flying up there, and I ended up flying, but I think I put up the wrong video now. So we're gonna have to tell everybody about the South Florida drone meetup right now.
And here's some information about the
Hey, no drone video is a bad drone video.
It's always a great time at the annual South Florida Drone Meetup.
I
Pilots
mean,
from all over the U.S.,
everybody
Canada, and
loves
Europe
it.
will be attending.
Really, the meet and greet, really. And then the
Bill Running and many others will be
second
live
day,
streaming
we
from
have
the
our
event.
main day of flying
We
at
will
the
have an
Jensen Beach
editing
Causeway Park.
presentation, entertainment, and raffles. Come make new friends and have fun flying drones. Many of the drone superstars will be there. Mark your calendars now, April 5th to the 8th, 2024. It's free, so come join us in Jensen Beach, Florida at the 4th Annual South Florida Drone Meetup.
It's funny because everybody thinks it's so easy to share these videos. Well, it might be easy for some people, but not for me. So anyway, um, but yeah, we're gonna have a good time, Steve. I think you will be quite impressed
I'm
with this.
excited about it. I really am.
Yeah. And did I say hello to Lady Flyer UK? I think I did. But
Yes, sir,
anyway,
you did.
thank you for tuning in. Yeah. So, okay, Maddie's got something here about the second day on Sunday of flying, and we'll be done at the same park. Yeah, we did last time. Okay. Yep. Yep. And you can fly FPV there like we have been doing. And that, just to let you know, Steve, the second day of flying is at Dolman Park, and it's right on the ocean, more or less.
Nice.
But we have a big parking area that has an empty field on the one end, and it's just another fun day of flying, you know. So that's good, Maddie. Okay, sounds good. We can talk about that then. That's going to be the location.
I see Joe Leo's in the house.
Hey, Joe,
Hey,
another
Joe.
drone superstar,
And you
FPV.
know, I have not been able to fly with Joe or BMAC, and we live 30 minutes from each other. So I've got to get with those guys, and we got to have a little mini meetup and go flying. They've had a couple of Houston Drones has meetups, and they've had about 3 of them so far. And I've been working or something come up at the time, but I'm gonna make the next one.
Yeah, it's hard.
Those are real good guys, both Brian Mackey and Joe Leo.
Yeah, no, they are good. And Joe, he really is a great FPV pilot. I was so impressed with him when he came. he had come down with his family on vacation 2 weeks before the South Florida drone meetup, and we got together because he wanted to see the location, but then he squeezed his way back 2 weeks later to fly.
Hey, that's good. And I think he went and flew with Johnny too, didn't he?
Yeah, when he was on that road trip to Tennessee. Yeah. Hey, we got Ken Gottlieb in the house. Palm Beach Area Photography. Good to see you. Yep. See, people like that Dolman Park. Yeah.
I'm ready. Oh, I am excited.
I know. But I'll tell you, Steve, it's amazing how fast the hour goes by. Really. It just flies by. And it's that time where we got to say goodbye to everybody. But thank you all again for tuning in. I appreciate it. I told you Steve would be an awesome guest, and there's no doubt he was, you know. But thank you, Steve, for being on tonight, and thank you for your donation to the South Florida Drone Meetup.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, Ray.
But now is your time to say your goodbyes, and you can promote your channel that you will soon have videos on.
I just want to promote flying safe, following the rules, and having fun. That's the main thing. My channel is dead. It's not even woke up yet. I'll get there when I retire.
Well, I got to say thank you for your service, really, you know, and stay safe.
Thank you.
Also, while you're out there. And thank you for being on the show tonight. You were an awesome guest.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody, for being here.
But thank you all for watching. And don't forget, Monday night's a busy night. I'm losing track. I don't know if Duranify is going on at 7 o'clock. Al Duran. He goes on sometimes with Brad and Genesee. And then we got Lloyd, the grumpy vlogger, at 8. And then, of course, we got Drone Nation with Ron Brown, Marcus Crawford, and DeMarco Moore at 9. And I say it every week, but that's one of my favorite drone shows. So be sure to tune in for that.
Great people.
And Johnny and I have a great show, as usual, lined up for Wednesday night. Anybody want to guess in the chat before I sign off who our special guest is going to be on Wednesday night on the Fly for Fun show? And if you say Santa, you're right.
Nice.
We got Santa on.
Is it Bob Dempsey?
Get your Christmas list already. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Steve and I are going to continue to party in the back room now. And just get out there. Fly for fun.